We have hit that point. We've hit it, guys. We've gotten there. Every single day, 2 more people from Hollywood are either defending or attacking Marvel. We've hit that point. So let's talk about the one and only James Gunn and his very good response to Francis Ford Coppola and Martin Scorsese. He doesn't need an introduction, specifically on this channel. James Gunn. He made the Guardians of the Galaxy a huge household name. He's going to take on DC's The Suicide Squad and more than likely deliver a phenomenal film. When it comes to James Gunn, you've seen him go from this small-time director and a writer to this big-time Hollywood, guy that everybody wants doing their next big feature film. So yeah, he makes cinema films. Because they're in cinemas. They're cinematic. It's cinema. Anyways, here's his response. Many of our grandfathers thought all gangster movies were the same, often calling them despicable. Some of our great-grandfathers thought the same of westerns and believed that films of John Ford, Sam Peckinpah, and Sergio Leone were all exactly the same. I remember a great-uncle to whom I was raving about Star Wars. He responded by saying, I saw that when it was called 2001, and boy, was it boring. Superheroes are simply today's gangsters, cowboys, and outer space adventures. Some superhero films are awful, some are beautiful, like westerns and gangster movies. And before that, just movies. So not everyone will be able to appreciate them, even some geniuses, and that's okay. Alright everybody, go home. That's it. The most PR response you could want from a guy that's speaking as somebody who loves the films and the directors that are bashing the films he works on. Honestly, this is as great of a response as you could want, right? Like, I've talked about this before. Like, every generation has that. This has happened with music. This has happened with comics. This has happened with everything. It's just how it is. The older you get, you gravitate towards the thing you grew up with, and you don't understand the new thing that's coming in. So, old man yells at clouds, right? That's not an insult type of meme that people use. That's how it is, Like, my dad, for example, he loves classic films. Like, classic science fiction. Films that are like 60s to 70s to the 80s in the science fiction genre, to him, will never be matched. And I understand that. He grew up watching those, that makes sense. That was his time. To me, it's the 80s, 90s, and some of the early 2000s that really defined some of my favorite films, right? My favorite film of all time, Back to the Future, right? I know not a lot of people love that today, specifically younger people, because it just doesn't click with them. But to me, that made me fall in love with films. Same with The Empire Strikes Back. So there's always generations that don't understand it, but James Gunn out here just dropping knowledge and not even being insulting, which is great. So yeah, I agree with them. So yeah, do you guys agree with him? As always, thank you guys for watching. If you would like more content, Arrow reviews, a lot of extra discussions, Watchmen reviews, gaming podcast, Let's Plays, it's all down there for members who join the channel.